Nail polish making process. Formulation of nail polish. Nitrocellulose acts as a film-forming agent. For nail polish to work properly, a hard film must form on the exposed surface of the nail, but it cannot form so quickly that it prevents the material underneath from drying. Consider commercial puddings or gelatin products that dry or film on an exposed surface and protect the moist product underneath. By itself or used with other functional ingredients, the nitrocellulose film is brittle and adheres poorly to nails. Manufacturers add synthetic resin and plasticizers and occasionally similar natural products to their mix to improve flexibility, resistance to soap and water, and other qualities. Older recipes sometimes even use nylon for this purpose. Because of the number of desired quality involved, however, there is no single resin or combination of resin that meet every specification. Among the resin and plasticizers in use today are castor oil, amyl, and butyl stearate, and mix of glycerol, fatty acid, and acetic acid. The colorings and other components of nail polish must be contained within one or more solvents that hold the colorings and other materials until the polish is applied. After application, the solvent must be able to evaporate. In many cases, the solvent also acts a plasticizer. Butyl stearate and acetate compounds are perhaps the most common. In addition to usual coloring pigment, other color tones can be added depending upon the color, tone, and hue of the desired product. Because tiny reflective minerals also used in lipsticks are a common additive, as is pearl or fish scale essence. Pearl or guanine is literally made from small fish scales and the skin, suitably cleaned and mixed with solvents such as castor oil and butyl acetate. The guanine can also be mixed with gold, silver, and bronze stones. Pigment choices are restricted by the Federal Food and Drug Administration (FDA), which maintains lists of pigments considered acceptable and others that are dangerous and cannot be used. The manufacturing process. Early methods of making nail polish used a variety of methods that today look charmingly amateurish. One common technique was to mix cleaned scraps of movie film and other cellulose with alcohol and castor oil, and leave the mixture to soak overnight in a covered container. The mixture was then strained, colored, and perfumed. They are recognizable as nail polish. The product was far from what we have available today. Today's consumers expect a nail polish to apply a smooth smoothly, evenly, and easily, to set relatively quickly, and to be resistant to chipping and pulling. In addition, the pulley should be dermatologically innocuous. Mixing the pigment with nitrocellulose and plasticizer. The pigments are mixed with nitrocellulose and plasticizer using a two-roll differential speed mill. This mill grinds the pigment between a pair of rollers that are able to work with increasing speeds as the pigment is ground down. The goal is to produce fine dispersion of the color. A variation of this mill is the boundary mixer, used also in the production of rubber for rubber hands. When properly and fully milled, the mixture is removed from the mill in sheet form and broken up into small chips for mixing with the solvent. The mixing is performed in stainless steel kettles that can hold anywhere from 5 to 2,000 gallons. Stainless steel must be used because the nitrocellulose is extremely reactive. In the presence of iron, the kettles are jacketed so that the mixture can be cooled by circulating cold water or another liquid around the outside of the kettle. The temperature of the kettle and the rate of cooling are controlled by both computers and technicians. This step is performed in a special room or area designed to control the hazards of fire and explosion. Most modern factories perform this step in an area with walls that will close in if an alarm sounds, and in the event of explosion with sealing that will safely blow up without endangering the rest of the structure. Adding other ingredients, materials are mixed in a computerized closed kettle. At the end of the process, the mix is cooled slightly before the addition of such other materials as perfumes and moisturizers. The mixture is then pumped into smaller gallon drums and then trucked to a production line. The finished nail polish is pumped into explosion-proof pumps and then into smaller bottles suitable for the retail market. Quality control. The nail polish is tested throughout the manufacturing process for several important factors: drying time, smoothness of flow, glass hardness, color, abrasion resistance, etc. Subjective testing, where the mixture or final product is examined or applied, is ongoing. Objective laboratory testing of samples, though more time consuming, is also necessary to ensure a usable product. Laboratory tests are both complicated and unforgiving, but no manufacturer would do without them. Thanks for your attention.